biter, but I think the Packers are going to pull it off.
4 minutes left, 16-point lead. It's looking good. Okay, I got a list. Too many distractions. When my wife's in the house, you can imagine, being that I'm so attracted to her and she's so beautiful, that I can't think of anything else but her when she's here, and so I had to go pack. It's kind of like taking a cold shower. The Crazy Picker Life with Wheeler, Dealer, and Banana Peeler. Good evening, fellow pickers, would-be adventurers. Dealer here with the Crazy Picker Life, Thursday edition. Well, my day went real quick. One of the highlights or interesting notes to bring up from a picker standpoint is I had somebody come out and look at my lot and talk to me about putting up a building. And well, there's as many questions as there is answers. He's certainly answered some questions, and it helps give me some more idea of what this project entails. I don't have a quote on the money end of it yet, but I can tell that somewhere between what I really want in a building and what I can really afford in a building means that I have to cut out a few things or lengthen the time until I have it a little bit. Buildings aren't cheap, so, and I don't have a lot of time to work on it, so I'm gonna have to try to find a balance between that. No timeline, no schedule, no quote yet, but everything I want to do is possible. It's just not. It's not like an easy thing where you can just rent a place and walk in. This is a pretty big project. So I'm a little excited, and I'm mostly kind of deflated. Feeling better today, but just not as much energy as I would like. So that whole process is slowly moving along. I'm mostly in favor of slowing the process down and making sure I'm doing it right as opposed to rushing in. The only thing that's got a little bit of a fire lit under me and some concern is my current office. The building is for sale, and so that makes me nervous because I know I have nowhere to go and I have a lot of stuff. So I need to figure that out. Chances are if the building sells, I'll be able to stay here a while, maybe even as long as I want. But as soon as something sells to somebody else, they may or may not have a different idea on what they want to do with my space. So makes me a little nervous. Other than that, I can't think of anything else super exciting in my picker world is happening, other than I continue to do my 10 a day, and that is paying dividends. I do have plenty of stuff selling. I've got a good stack of orders here already to do tonight. I've been kind of fitting those in at odd hours and odd times around my listing schedule, and that's been quite challenging. Not too many more days and I'll be done with the month, and I'm gonna have to go back to less than 10 a day. I can't do that for all the time with everything else I have going on. I can't do it. And I'm gonna start taking Wednesdays off, so that's almost set in stone. Starting in November, I'll be working Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and taking Wednesday and Sunday off. Still should have a vlog, it just won't be on location. We'll be doing projects around the house. I'll probably just talk about some subject, whatever. I don't think I'll even be packing orders that day. Although that can get me behind because you get 20 plus orders in the hole, and that gets kind of daunting as well. Weird noises going on. Oh, I know what it is. Wheeler's out there filming some sort of a scooter video. I thought, man, there's weird scooter sounds, but that's what that is. Okay, so yesterday I listed some test strips. I had some test strips in reserve. Here's what happened. I don't know if you can see that. Just like I mentioned, they sell pretty fast. So it says today $381.92. Last 7 days $519. The 7 boxes sold overnight, and so a little foggy. Come back. A little earlier today, I listed the next set of dates. So there's 6 more that I'm counting as listings today. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 2 of those are already sold, so I'm going to pack those up. But that will be my items 1 through 6. And then in just a moment, I'm going to start with item number 7, which will be one of those beer coolers. So I'll pull that over here and talk about that in just a minute. Now I do have a guest contingent in the house tonight. Packer blanket friends. And we've got Packer Bears game, the 190-some meeting of the Packers and the Bears. Hopefully the Packers can pull one out here. Are they below 500 yet? Woo! So I'll get you at halftime. So we don't have any distractions here, do we? I'm not that worried about watching the Packers Bears. I'll peek my head in there a little bit if it gets exciting. But you know, what are you gonna do? I got work to do. So those are my first 6 listings. I will get number 7 here in just a blink of an eye. Well, I didn't get back to listing yet. Obviously, it seems like only a second has passed, right? I spent a couple hours getting caught up on packing. I just hate leaving packing till the next day. And lately I can't even hardly, stay awake after midnight, so we got to get out of here. Tonight I decided to list those 6 test strips. I got 4 more listings to go, minimum, which is what I'll do. But I decided to get caught up on packing. Here's what I did. This is a stoplight. I know some of you want to see me pack my Franken boxes and make a good stoplight box. These I got ready. I should have labels tomorrow. These are all those lights. And then that's a big old clock. And I don't even remember what that is because that was earlier. And I just didn't get it to UPS today. And then there's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, probably 10 more. Probably 10 USPS there. So I'm all caught up. Sometimes you just got to get caught up. I feel better about being caught up. My sale is running. By tomorrow morning, I'm sure I'll have a few more orders at least. But I'm caught up. I'm caught up. I'm caught up. Time to list. Here, let's peek in on you know who. Peek, 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 peek. And then let's see if we can get a commentary from the Bears-Packers game here for a minute. My people are still here after their bedtime. It's like it's 26-10. People were actually concerned about you, Lon, last week, or this last weekend when the Packers took a whooping. They said, are you going to recover? And they were real gentle about it, and they thought maybe that would ruin your day. I told everybody you'd be over it by the time the Packers-Bears game comes on. Looks like the Packers are going to slip by the Bears here. Yep. The Bears, a really tough team at the Packers' home.
1-5.
1-5, going to be 1-6. They have to rethink something. They don't have a quarterback. It looks like looks like he's not down yet. Look at that. He's doing all kinds of gymnastics. Man, your team is fired up.
That's our defense, man.
That's your defense. They're all fired up.
It was a nail biter, but I think the Packers are going to pull it off.
4 minutes left, 16-point lead. It's looking good. Okay, I got a list. many distractions. When my wife's in the house, you can imagine, being that I'm so attracted to her and she's so beautiful, that I can't think of anything else but her when she's here, and so I had to go pack. It's kind of like taking a cold shower. Item 7, Schmidt beer, the beer that grew with the Great Northwest. This is an aluminum cooler. It's vintage, it's in good shape, handles are good, hinges and inside and clasp good. Everything works as it should. It's got a good drain plug. It's got a few little dingers and dents. It's got a few butt prints. Nice cooler. I do not remember what I paid. Probably $100, maybe a little bit more. Listed for $249.99 plus shipping. Item 7 listed. Let's see what's going on out here. Oh, I thought there was some bubble smackling going on out here. Were you crackling some bubbles? It doesn't look like there's any bubbles left. Boy, I'd probably break my feet if I did that. You'd be a good packer. Green Bay Packer. Ha, 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 ha. So did they win?
Yep.
Awesome. Okay, so this is one of my favorite pieces from summer picking. This is a cooler, but it's an old beer cooler. Say Bub's Beer. Peter Bubb Brewery, Winona, Minnesota. So somewhere up near Minneapolis. A brewery that started in the 1850s, maybe a little earlier, and didn't make it too far past Prohibition, and I believe they've started up again, or at least the label is. This cooler is pretty early. I would say it's 50s, maybe even early 50s, maybe even late 40s. The style is like that. I'm not going to open up the inside, but it's just sheet metal in there. Drain plug's good. Certainly some rust and corrosion. The bottom needs some attention. Somebody that loves Bubs or loves Minnesota brands, this is like towards the top of their list of having for display. Don't ask me why, but somebody, when they were a kid, went camping up there and their parents brought the Bubs cooler or the Bubs beer, or everybody in their family drank Bubs beer, or the brewery wants it. I don't know who wants it, but somebody's going to want this thing, and they're going to pay up a bit. $3.99 plus shipping, $399.99. I paid probably, I think I paid over $100, but not too far over. I can't recall exactly. It's probably in the video for the auction that I went to this summer in Minnesota. I don't know what video number that is, but anyway, I like this one. I'd be surprised if it goes below 300, but I'll wait and see. So that is listing number 8. Well, this is another Bubs cooler. Bubs beer, say Bubs. It's the Grain. The sticker says time honored for over 90 years. Puts this sticker at least at about 1948, 1950, 1952. Well, here's the problem. This is an old cooler. It's not a cooler that I've seen around very much. Now, if you're from Minnesota or Wisconsin or someplace that has a lot of camping and a lot of outdoor activities and a lot of beer, obviously more coolers. But I have not seen very many round pail type coolers anywhere. This is just a pail all doctored up. It's a pail, and then they put an inner lining on it, and there's some sort of a sand cooler insert in there. The top has some sort of insulation in it, a little bit anyway. So, and the bottom does too. My concern, and I didn't notice this before, is this is a sticker. And it is an old sticker. There's no doubt about it. and it appears as if it was put on there a long time ago. I can't verify if that was put on there by somebody who had a sticker and just stuck it on a cooler, or if they actually made up some of these with a sticker on a cooler and gave them away or whatever, or if this was somebody that worked there. Who knows? So I did need to put a little blurb in there. It does hurt the value a little bit. The sticker alone, if it was like a brand new sticker, would probably be $50 or more. They just don't exist. They sell the labels for the beer bottles for pretty good money. So I'm selling it as a cooler from Bubs. I put the disclaimer that it's a sticker and it looks like it's been on there a long time. That's a little disappointing to me. I still think it was made up by Bubs. The cooler age-ish and the strangeness and the way it all sort of fits together makes sense. I have seen coolers. You know, I've seen, well, for example, I mean, this is a sticker, and it's obviously a Coleman cooler. It says Coleman right there on the latch, which makes it more of a Coleman cooler. But there have been just generic coolers that I've seen bumper stickers on, and other stickers that people make a cooler a beer cooler. Not necessarily intentionally, not necessarily to deceive anybody, but you're taking a regular cooler and you're just sticking a bumper sticker on it. So I'm a little mixed feelings about that. I think it's super cool looking. I think somebody will still pick it up. I'm gonna have to see where that listing goes. I'm just being completely transparent and straight with everybody. I'm not super disappointed. Like I said, I still think it has a super cool pop. Where are you going to find one for display? It's cool. It's a talking piece. It's a Bubs sticker. The sticker and the cooler are from the 50s, maybe the 40s. I don't know. So whatever. I don't remember what I paid. It was enough. I wish I would have looked at it a little bit more. I'm still glad I bought it. Must have been $80-90. I don't remember. I listed it for $299.99. We'll see where it goes. $299.99 plus shipping. You've heard the pros and cons. We'll see what happens. Here is number 10. The last Bubs was number 9. This is a Coleman cooler with the penguin. Holds the cold sticker on it. This is from the 50s. Coleman on there too. This sucker is heavy metal. It's in reasonable shape. Handles are still good. Does need a drain plug. The back, if you can see it, somebody kicked it once. They got mad or ran into it or dropped it on a log or something. It could be restored. This one has some appeal. People will pay up to $100. There are people that are asking closer to $300 for a new one. The only thing that this doesn't have going for it is most of the people who used this in the 50s and the 60s, even their kids are pretty old now, so they're not camping much anymore. It's almost like the 60s and the 70s coolers translate better because those people are still camping with their kids or grandkids. So this is starting to get a little too old to have the Coleman appeal. However, people still put them in their rat rods, all that kind of stuff. So it is beat up. I put $69.99 plus shipping. Somebody can restore that if they want. Some people like to do that and save $20-30. Once the holidays hit, once spring hits, these will fly out. All the coolers will fly out more. So you just sometimes have to wait on coolers. It's not 100% all year long. The really good ones can sell all the time. The beater ones or other ones, maybe somebody will repair them. Maybe they'll wait to spring and there's no other ones available. Who knows? I didn't pay much for this. It was marked $10. And I bought this from a guy who had that Bush pool light that I sold a few days ago for good money. And he would not budge on his prices much. So he told me, hey, it's the first day of the sale. I got all my stuff out. I'm not discounting today. Come back, Sunday, and I'll be discounted. And so we dickered around, and I talked about bundling, and I said, bundling's not discounting, and we had a good laugh. And so Wheeler picked out some cameras, and we had one other item, and then this item, and boy, he just would not budge. And then he ended up, I picked this thing up, I said, how about you throw this in? You have it marked for $10. So he did throw this in, end all, I'll probably get $30-40 plus shipping. Even though I mark it at $69.99, it might not go for that. It might go for $50. Who knows? But that's where I'm starting, $69.99. That's Coleman. You look at my clock here, 11:54. I'm gonna have to wind it up. I got some good topics coming up. I got some long-winded things to say coming up, or whatever. For those of you that like long-winded things, one of the things that I want to talk about a little bit, I think is important, I've probably mentioned it before, are the types of successful eBayers out there. I think there's 3 types, and I'll try to think if there's more. I'll just throw it out there. Maybe somebody can tell me if they think there's more. There's hybrids. I mean, not everybody is hardcore one way or the other. Some people do buy it nows like I do, and they list things towards the top of the market, especially if they're described well, which I do describe things pretty accurately. I've got good feedback. I'm willing to wait around. It's the long sell. A lot of times I have good items, cool items, all that kind of stuff. I stand behind them, all that. Then there's people successful that have a number, probably a little higher number than I do, or even maybe my number, and then they put best offer on most things. And that stimulates buying. I tend to run sales, so that's how I stimulate buying. And then there's people who run auctions. And, the duration has something to do with it. That could be a variation. I'm not talking about that. People who run auctions tend to move more items quicker. People who use best offer are willing to deal on everything. Myself, I'm willing to deal on most things, unless they're just listed right away, or unless I'm attached to them or really think they're going to sell. I'll give you an example. I had a model. In fact, I think it's still here because they didn't pay for it. It's like a 3,000 feedback. Let me see if I can locate that. I can't even hardly get back in here. Oh my gosh. Okay, I can aim at it here. It's this McClapper. Revel McClapper. It's a really crazy model. Anyway, I had that at $149.99 to start with, and it's been around 30 days or more, so it's been reduced 5% 1 or 2 times. It was on sale, and a week or so ago somebody said, I'll give you $100 for it. And I was like, should I take that? That's a lot of money. I only paid 20 or 25. It's rare, $100 for a model. That's pretty awesome. And I said, no, I can't do that. It had like 5-6 watchers. And then it sold earlier this week for $124, $125. So I waited one more week, 25 more bucks, you know what I'm saying? So that's my game. I'm willing to deal. If it was at 125 and the guy says 120, I'm going to take it. But 100, I don't know. On something rare like that, where am I going to find another one? Yada, 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 right? So I'll talk more about that sometime. I think it's an interesting discussion. I have done all styles of auctions, although I've settled in on what we do, and our strategy has been pretty successful. It doesn't mean I'll never change it. Okay, I'm going to turn this off for a few seconds and add up my day and go through that rigmarole. Another question that came through recently, a fair question, was, you had this $10,000 listing day last week sometime, which is awesome, but how much did you sell from that yet? And I answered the guy, and it's hard, like I said, it's hard to answer on with text on YouTube, you just can't get your thoughts across. So I might weave that into it too. I don't have a lot of excuses why we didn't sell a lot out of the 10,000 yet, other than my strategy is not necessarily to move that stuff out quickly. It's to get top dollar, and I'm willing to wait. So I will answer that in a little more detail as well. Okay, I got to wrap this up. I got to keep moving. 10 listings, 1306 for tonight. So that's a pretty good listing day. Some of the items that I list will be fast movers. See, I'm on autofocus and it's not grabbing me. I wish I could just take this thing. I'll have to figure out, get the manual out, take it back to base 1. Too many wheelers have messed with this thing. 1306, was that what it was? I'll have to check it. 10 items, I think it was 1306. So that's looking pretty good. And let's go back here. Calendar's looking pretty good. Whoa. Got kind of a low eye on that one guy there. Okay, you know my video quality is so awesome, and in reality it just doesn't matter, right? It's the content. Who wants to see this mug all clear anyway? It'd be better if I was just like sort of misty and foggy and mysterious. Oh, speaking on Wheeler and end the show. Wheeler, time has snuck up on us.
What?
Time has snuck up on us.
Yeah.
It's midnight.
Yeah.
When do you want to go?
Whatever.
Okay. What? You got anything exciting to share for 1 minute?
I don't know, the Chrome watch from 1920.
Chrome watch from 1920. That's almost 100. Chumley watch.
Yeah, Chum brand. That's what it is.
Chum brand. Is that Chumley's grandfather?
Yeah.
Chum brand.
Mm-hmm.
All right, it's looking a lot cleaner in
I
here.
got the. Yeah, now it is. Oh, that's.
Oh, there that is.
See, that was
yeah.
difficult to list at. Those are the ones I was avoiding, so I knocked those out today, except for this thing and that thing and that thing. I'm not quite through them yet.
Oh yeah, the holster.
It's the fancy Argo Flex here with like a variable shutter and some other fancy stuff. It's a fancy model.
Upgraded one.
Yep.
Yeah, I know we don't pick those up very much
Found a
anymore.
lot of them.
Yeah.
Probably the first one I've seen.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
With the upgrade.
No, yeah, just the fancy lens.
Because we've had like the 75.
75s all the time. This is the model 40.
So that's better.
Yep.
Quite a bit better.
There's apparently one from the 30s they made that's a little bit fancier too. That's rare. It's more like a Rolleiflex.
Oh really?
Yep.
Huh.
Go for around $100.
Argus is pretty much heavy duty bread and butter, but they had a few upgrades.
They had a few.
They had a gold one too, didn't they?
They did?
Wasn't the Argus the gold thing that we got?
Which one? Oh, the Matchmatic?
I don't know. We had a gold colored camera. I thought it was an Argus. Is that slipping your memory? It was the Argus something, but it had a name, Goldberg or.
What was the Argus Matchmatic? We had one that was like the...
That wasn't it.
Okay, that's a different one.
I don't know, but somebody paid up for us. There weren't many made, like 100.
Oh. Yeah, totally forget.
Oh my goodness.
100% forget.
Oh my goodness. You'll have to think about that. All right, I gotta go. Yeah, I can't remember. It might not have been an Argus, but it looked like an Argus brick, and it was given away as an award.
Yeah.
Uh-oh. Well, I don't remember the name Matchmatic.
Well, it was a special edition of the Matchmatic. The Matchmatic was their line after the Argus brick.
It had a name that was really catchy.
Yeah, well, it had a name of the camera. It had some sort of funky...
It was an award,
like
and...
the golden something.
Yeah, so, you know, people picked on us. We listed it because you got all these Argus collectors out there that are paying, you know, $10, $15, $20 for low-end Argus bricks, and they last forever. And, you know, if you got a really nice one, you might be able to get $30, $40, $50.
Yeah, it's the Matchmatic Golden Shield.
Golden Shield.
That was it.
Okay.
Yep, Argus brick C3 Matchmatic Golden Shield would be the full.
So we listed that thing at $300 or something to start with, and we got all this hate speak on eBay. Oh, $300, you're crazy for an Argus, you're crazy. I mean, we must have got 15 emails over a period of like, somebody, I have 10 of them. So we're like, yeah. You know, we listed at $300, and somebody, you know, people would say things like, "You're never going to get more than 50 for that. I offer you 40." So it might have been 6 months. It might have been a year, and we ended up selling it for like $225 or something. So whatever. Don't doubt Wheeler. All right, hey, thanks for watching. That is the big shoe for Thursday. Tomorrow is Friday. I think Banana Peeler will be down here. We'll have a fresh set of coolers, maybe some more test strips to list if the ones I just listed sell. I don't know if I'll individually list those other ones or sell them in a lot. The dates are kind of tight to expiration, so I'll have to make a decision on how to do that. I'm not going to explain what I might do and what I might not do. I like to do that, but I feel like I have a screw loose if I do that all the time. Saturday is not going to be a picking day, and I'm going to have to, if I go picking locally, I'm going to have to do it quick because I have to clean out a garage space and rearrange it, and I got to get a darn toilet in and out, and I got to list 10 and pack orders and get some downtime, and you know, it's the end of the quarter, end of the 9 weeks. I got to get my materials in. That's one thing with having two teachers, one that's ahead of the other. Lon is ahead of me, and her stuff is already submitted, so I have to get that submitted so we can turn it around and give the kids some feedback on their tests and exams and papers. It's a treadmill. I'm on a treadmill. Tomorrow's Friday. It's going to be a busy day. Gosh, I got something. Oh, I'm taking Banana Peeler down to the paper office tomorrow, and we're going to get the scoop. See if we can get the scoop, and I guess get him a route. He's going to need to get a paper bag, though. I don't know. He's going to have to use a backpack or something to start with. He doesn't know what he's in for. It seems fun on the surface, but paper routes work just like anything else. I did it for a number of years. Big routes, heavy routes, double bags in the snow, yo. Long routes on the bike, cold, wet. Get good tips when it's like that, and you bag stuff up and put it in the door. All right, thanks for watching. Appreciate everything. Appreciate comments, thumbs up, subscribers, everybody. Woo! Pick well, list often, or at least 10 a day. Dealer out.
Hey, Wheeler.
Dealer Production.